En
in,
WhatsApp, ¿no? Vale,
yeah.
pues en WhatsApp. Goret. Oh, a ver
Okay, I
si...
think we're live now.
¿Qué va?
So,
Ya, pero cariño, ¿pero cómo me lo has mandado? Si es que no lo tengo.
ahí viene, ya te lo voy a enviar.
No,
In-
no.
Yeah, we are live. Yay. So I'm looking for the link and sending you the link right now.
Gracias.
Here.
Perfect. Vale.
Amazing.
Right, hold on. Forward. No, 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 no. Copy. Un momentito. Di.
So, mientras que Esmeralda va a enviar el link a las personas que se van a conectar en este en vivo, yo haré una pequeña acotación en español, porque este canal usualmente es en español, ha venido siendo en español, pero ahora estamos shifting, estamos cambiando y va a comenzar a haber contenido en inglés por aquí también. Y hoy día tenemos un video en relación a la menopausia, va a ser en inglés. Hemos invitado a el público en inglés también de Esmeralda, y les voy a contar quién es Esmeralda. Y so you're going to start seeing me speaking English from now on, sometimes, okay, in this YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. Gracias por estar aquí. Y no voy a traducir este video al español mientras lo hablamos. We're going to go full in English from now on, okay? So, Esme, are you here? Genial, todo.
I am. Hello,
Amazing.
everybody. Y hola a todo el mundo, porque yo también soy española. Bueno, yo soy española, tú no, pero yo sí. Eh, y hablo español, claro. Pero es que vivo en Escocia y la gente que me conoce no me conoce en español, aunque saben que soy española, porque es muy obvio, mi acento, no como el tuyo, guapísima. Eh, o sea que bueno, eso es en inglés.
All right. So why okay, let's frame this this new thing we're on. So today our topic is menopause, and actually why this is wrong, and why everything you think you know about menopause might be wrong, because menopause itself is wrong as a concept. Okay, so we're going to dive deep into this, and the purpose of this video is to help, I mean, to bring information and to bring a new perspective to women of all ages, because we're all, if you're a woman or you are in a female body, you're going to go through this sometime in your life. So it's important that you are aware what is this actually, from an energy point of view, from an expert's point of view, and how can you better not overcome, but like ride on the wave of your own cycle. Okay, so my name is Susana Recalde. I'm in Peru. I'm an expert in holistic health, uh, caring for women, many other things. I also do astrology, I read energy, etc. And I have here with me my beautiful, beautiful guest. She's Esmeralda, from Spain originally. She lives in Edinburgh right now. This is why we're doing this in English also. And please, Esmeralda, come here, introduce yourself. When we met, it was really, really special, and we found out that she is having, like, she's living through this stage in her life that every woman will come to, which is that like winter of life, the menopause. I am not living it yet, but I've had lots of experience tending to women who have, and we said, whoa, we can make a huge difference to women around the world that are going through this or are going to go through this. Okay, so please come in, Esmeralda, and let us know who you are as an expert. And thank you for being here.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So my name is Esmeralda. People here knows me as Esme. I live in Edinburgh, even though I'm from Madrid. And I suppose I'm an expert on the menopause because I passed through it. And knowing that that was what was happening to me at that point a few years ago. Became I was delighted because I actually thought I was possessed. I do my main job is I'm a yoga teacher. I train people, and I've been teaching yoga for a long time, about 15, 16 years, and practicing for a long, long time. And I also do Reiki and Akashic records and different things. But I spend a lot of time out there in another dimension. And I hear of people getting possessed. And seriously, at that point, I thought that was the case because it was this erratic behavior that I couldn't understand. My daughter will say, "Can you bring me a glass of water?" And I will turn into this, "What? A glass of water?" Like, seriously, it was so embarrassing. I felt like I was having a three-dimensional experience at that point. I remember one time speaking on the phone to Vodafone. Okay, most people lose the plot with Vodafone, but I put the phone down of how embarrassed I was of listening to myself. I was like, "Is that you talking like this?" It was just out of character for me. I've got character, but not that bad. So at what point I thought, right, darling husband and children, I'm leaving. I'm leaving, and I'm leaving because I do not want to be an example for my kids with this behavior. At that point, my daughter was probably 14, 15, and my son slightly older. And so I said to my husband that I was going to leave. And he said, "Why don't you just take a week and think about it?" And after these few days, I went and see him thinking, right? And on those days, I was actually looking for a house. I was leaving because I thought, I don't know what's going on with me. So until I work it out, I can just have this influence in everybody like this. And then he was the one. So I went, so my husband, right. And then he looked at me and said, "Don't worry. I worked it all out. I've done all the tests. You are perimenopausal." That became my journey. Suddenly knowing that I wasn't mad, that was it. And then I started to research everything. I changed a lot of things. And basically, this was about 3, 4 years ago. Now I'm on the other side and I'm fine. And I haven't taken anything. Well, and I don't have a problem with anything. I buy it also. I don't have a problem taking anything.
Anything you mean hormones or
No, hormones, medication, I haven't. And it's not because I have a problem taking anything. It's because I think we've got a chemist inside, and you just need to activate it. So the body knows how to heal. The body knows how to give you what you need. And for me, because I do healings, if I take medication, I don't know what's going on in my body. So it's not like, if you need to take medication, please do. And actually, I think medication has a big place in this. In my case, I didn't, and I'm okay.
Okay, so thank you for sharing your experience and coming in. You've opened up a lot for us to speak about, and what you were saying of how it started for you, this phase in your life, like you felt you were like possessed and like nuts what's going on because you reacted to things. Suddenly you were like in control of yourself. This is things I've heard over and over from women going through the same thing at the same age. And of course, modern medicine has set a name for that, like menopause. And I've been told by certain people who work on this industry that modern medicine will go more into, starting 2024, go more into selling these kind of products that are supposed to relieve your symptoms if you have the supposed menopause. We will speak about that now. And yeah, it's always the same type of thing. They sell something outside that is supposed to have an effect inside of you, but who is living inside of you other than yourself? This is not the thing. If you are not living inside yourself, then who is? And like the importance of you deciding what do you take, what do you not take, based upon the, like you said, the knowledge of what's happening to me. Okay, so nowadays we have certain knowledge coming from modern medicine about this phase of life, because basically the thing is that menstruation stops. The visible, tangible reality is it stops and it won't come again, which is like, for certain women, it's like a blessing, right? Like, oh, I'm never getting it again. Woo. But for others, and actually for a woman who is connected to herself and to her cycles, this is a blessing. And at the same time, it is a process of letting go, because you stop bleeding, and you have bled for so many years in your life, and this has meant that you can have children, and this has meant lots of things for you if you have been in contact with your cycle. So if you look at it in a perspective of like the seasons in life, which we have seasons in cycles on Earth, we have spring, summer, autumn, winter. The same thing happens in your body. So when you are with the menstruation all these years in your life, it's like summer. And suddenly comes the autumn, which is the phase in which like, no what's happening, the demons all over. And then comes winter, which is a phase in your life in which you are wise as a woman, and you are meant to share all your knowledge, all your experience, all that you have acquired through all your years of maturity, to share it with your people, with your tribe, with your family, with all over. So it's a beautiful phase in your life. And I believe, because I've seen it, that we shouldn't live through that as something like, please take care of me because I'm ill. It's not like that at all. And I have seen it. Women in traditional cultures here in Peru, especially in the jungle, or certain women that I have met, or even my clients, I have seen how it can be a smooth transition into a new phase in your life. And I think this is why we are here now, to share all of this, because to me, for example, Esmeralda, it amazes me that you have been able to master, you're in the mastery of this, of this demon dragon thing that is actually your own emotions, your own, what would you say, like, around this thing?
It's good to know that if you are having these behaviors or you start noticing changes, the why. I find knowing that there is a reason and there's nothing wrong with you, because it's nothing wrong with you. It's just you experiencing something else. I find interesting that this period of time happens especially at a time in women's lives. Not for everybody, but a lot of people, especially nowadays, people have children older. So you reach to your mid-40s, because this happens, well, for me, when I was, probably starting when I was about 47. But it can happen anytime from 40 to 55. And this period lasts quite a long time. Normally, at that time of this time, and not just for me, you are having this problem with your hormones, and you have teenagers at the same time. So on one side, the mothers are going down, the kids are going, the hormones are going high. So it's this craziness. The husband also passed through the same stage, especially if it's your age, because I experienced that with my husband years before. In men, it's the same thing. It's the same process. It's not talked about, like this wasn't talked about either before. But it's a change. It's a change of hormonal change. I think it can be empowered. For me, the moment I realized that was happening, I thought, wow, I'm going to come out of this being a goddess. And seriously, I'm much more confident now than I've ever been. Like, I feel I'm completely on my power. It's also interesting, this menopausal stage, because one of the things that happen to us is the self-esteem goes down, and often is related to lack of sleep. because that's what happens also at this stage. You suddenly start waking up in the middle of the night, you are not able to sleep very well, and then affects your self-esteem. It's not that it's a problem with your self-esteem and you doubt in yourself. No, it's that when you don't sleep, sleep deprivation gives you that.
Yeah.
So suddenly you need to start observing what you do all the time. So I became a master of me. That's what I've done. I know that I changed my diet because affects how I behave. So hot flashes, cut alcohol, cut gluten most of the time, or don't eat as much. Don't eat rubbish, and there's no hot flashes.
Yeah.
Which is fine, there's one day that when I have a glass of wine, I have a hot flash. Oh well, fine. That's fine,
The thing is, yeah. So, what's really important in what you're saying, I believe, is you became a master of yourself. This is super important. This is key, because when a woman is able to live her cycles in life, like since she starts menstruating until the end of it, in a way that she is supported, say by family, by tribe, by mother nature, to be in contact with herself, with her body, with her emotions, feelings, what's happening inside of her, and she lives each cycle in a mindful way, then it's very much it's easier for her to be in control of herself for when this other part of like life comes, which is hormones. They start not behaving in the same way, basically. So this is it, right? The thing. But the thing is, with hormones, we produce hormones, right? So, okay, your body naturally produces these hormones. In your fertile days, it's because you have a natural predisposition to breed children. But what if you go into yourself, into your, like you say, mastery of yourself, you can, regulate your body. And the thing with hormones is they are biochemical regulators of inner states. So these inner states code to emotions, feelings, and at the same time to hormones. So this I say to every woman who is like trying to think about, will I take hormones either for birth control or anything or something clinical or anything. I say, look, do whatever you want. You get to choose because it's your body, right? But from my perspective, I have to share with you one thing. When you take hormones from outside, medical synthesized hormones, you're introducing biochemical messengers to your body. And these biochemical messengers will code for different states of feelings for you. So suddenly it's like you're handing the keys to your feelings, to these hormones, for a reason, which is perfectly fine if you are choosing that, right? But the thing is, you get like to disconnect from your own production of these messengers inside, which are to give you the state of balance and harmony and like the state of feeling and emotion that you want to cultivate in your life. So why would something external have the keys to that? And what does these keys do to you other than you not getting pregnant or you having a smooth transition? Maybe it helps. But the thing is, eventually the key is with you. Like you have the key to your own master. You should have it anyway. I believe that the people should have it. I think we believe the same, you and me. And this is why we, for example, take the choice not to take the hormones, but some women might, and this is okay. But the thing is, you need to know what are you doing in energy-wise, or what are you doing like really when you take the hormones, which is give the key of your own inner state to something external for a time. I don't know.
I actually Well, in my case, but it's because I don't even take a paracetamol. I don't actually, I heal. Well, I heal. I'm a channel. I channel to heal. So for me, it's very important to see what's going on with me. And I remember many years ago taking the pill. I took the pill for a few months. And honestly, it was awful, awful.
Yeah.
I was having these horrendous thoughts every month. And then it will pass. And I was thinking, if I thought that, there must be some reason from it. It was playing out with my head. I stopped the pill. I didn't have that problem. So I don't want any hormones. Thank you. I have enough with dealing with myself. Never mind with hormones.
It's playing with your head thing is because all the hormone production in the body is connected to this gland in the third eye. So this is the center of all your hormone production. Even if the hormones are synthesized, I don't know, in your kidneys or in your other glands, this is the center of it. So here's a very important thing, which is some side effects could happen when you take these hormones, which is you losing your mind, right? Not that you losing your mind wasn't happening, because you described like you felt like you're overreacted, right? But this thing that is happening naturally to any woman that is going through this phase in life is happening from within, and it has a reason. It's the same thing as when someone gets cramps or anything that happens inside. It has a reason. It's calling your attention for you to understand something and change it, because you are getting wiser as you age. This is other thing really important. I don't know how it is in Edinburgh or in Spain, maybe. I think perhaps globally, but here you can see women being very preoccupied by aging, right? Like, oh, I'm getting old. And it's like, yeah, it's natural. It will happen. I mean,
Don't get me started on that one.
but I
Seriously.
believe that certain beliefs around this shape our way in which we deal through transitions in life, for example, the menopause. And I think now it's important to say that we start saying, why do we believe menopause is wrong or it doesn't exist? What do you think?
I mean, it's definitely a change, okay? And that is a fact. The hair gets thinner, your joints get weaker. It's time to start looking after ourselves. That's all. You are getting older, the body's changing, like it's every 7 years, the body changes. So this is another change. And naturally, you have to take actions. And you just have to adapt to what the body is now, the body and the mind. And if you do, you're fine. So I've done yoga for years. Now I do yoga in a different way also. I do a lot of strengthening, I do some weights because I need to build some bone mass. And I'm okay. And if I have any pain in any joints, I strengthen and then I stretch. For example. Before I could do whatever I wanted. Now I can't. And actually, I don't really want it anyway. Because I can see, I can feel how I feel differently depending how I eat. So I look after my diet. When I'm out, I'm out. So for me, I've got these rules of 90% of the time I'm very good. And 10% of the time I'm not, because I live in society and I like a party. So I can change it. That's, one of those things. But when I'm in my house, I try to eat healthy. I try to avoid alcohol, and because otherwise I don't sleep well. And now this has been a process of quite hard. Actually, the sleeping has been the worst part, but it's creating a routine. And now I create a routine, and I look
Yeah,
after, prioritize myself. Is the prioritizing yourself?
you are on top of that because you are there, right? Other than you would hand the keys to some medicament or something, and you would still be where what I've seen in women going through this is, like you say, like some demon kind of thing, or some like weird energy, right? Like, why do I get this reaction? Or I'm overreacting all the time, or I'm feeling this in my body, or I'm not lubricating enough when I want to have sex, or hot flashes, things like that. Is it these symptoms, they are telling you to take care of yourself. They are telling you, look, this is how you've managed your relationship this all this time. You've not been there. And now, because you are so in your body, like you can't escape from where you are, so you have to deal with it. And it's amazing to go through a process in which women start dealing with things instead of just pushing it under a rock or like, okay, never mind, da da da. Because I believe women, we own something really, really, really sacred, which is our body. And our body is perfectly connected to Earth and its cycles. This is the most secret thing. Like in different traditions, we have been like the goddess, right? We have been like even worshipped for our capability to have children and to reproduce humanity. But the thing is, like nowadays, if you as a woman don't care for that, who will? Like, I don't know. The amazing industry won't. Like maybe your mother, but she won't. Like you need to tend for yourself. You need to care for yourself and your body and be mindful of transitions. I do want to say that menopause, it means the pause of the month. Yeah, okay. The month meaning the menstruation, right? The cycle. But cycles here in Earth, they don't stop. It's cyclical nature. And we are always connected to the cycle of the moon, the cycle of even planets, you know. So I believe menopause is wrong and it doesn't exist, basically. I mean, not as a fact that women will stop menstruating sometime in their life, but this whole idea around what it means and how, oh, it's too difficult, or we have to be uncomfortable through this is what I don't buy into, because I want to create a new humanity, a new way of being a human and of being a woman in this earth. And I also see, like, I check right with ancestors and with like long time ago, do we even have this? We didn't have this long time ago. Why? Because everything perhaps was tradition, worked in a different way. We ate in a different way. We spent our lives worrying about different things or not worrying too much. So, yeah.
Now women are superhumans.
Sorry?
Now women we are superhumans. And actually, this conversation is going in a way that I don't really like, because it's sounding like we are against medication, which I'm not. I actually think it's great for many people. And if you really have symptoms and you have a really busy life and you need to continue and you have a big job, seriously, HRT is the answer for many people. Go ahead. But I also think there is many things that we can do. And it's a time in our lives where we really need to start taking a time to really pause and look at ourselves. Look inside.
Yeah. So look at the name.
Or at least observing who we are. Become aware of this machine that is so perfect. And I think I celebrate this time because for me, I'm lucky that my job allows me to do that all the time. But I also teach from that space of, come on, let's go, let's look at this, let's feel, let's sense, let's see who we are. And I think the menopause is a calling for that. And maybe it's the symptoms that force us to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But
in the
also, I think in your situation, because I don't know, well, I don't know how everybody else see this, and you are from South America, so for you, it's normal being how you are. For me, I find people from there in another dimension. You are so much in touch with yourselves. So for me, people in South America, and it's not just you, it's kind of every single person I meet. It's like, come on, these people are from another planet. You are so in tune, so wise. And I think it's because nature is around so much.
you have lots of nature in Europe. On this point, I will comment on energy around the earth. And yeah, it's like you go to a different country and it looks like it's a different world, because there's different programs in this territory. So what I've seen from traveling is like in Europe, there's a whole different set of rules and programs and codes that people get just by being born there. And in South America, it's different because it's another place on earth, and it brings another type of energy, and it produces other types of, I mean, different kinds of humans that will bring different kinds of qualities to the world. You could speak about the continents being chakras in earth, and we could go into in there. I don't think this is a video for doing that, but maybe it's because it has to do with that, I believe. And the thing is, like, we're living the same earth, right? So even though in one part of the world we can have some kind of consciousness, and in another part we can have another type of consciousness, if we come together and we like start coexisting, we will eventually create so much richness in the culture that we will get the best of everyone, right? In different from different cultures. So women are women everywhere. Like if one is defined as a woman, right? Because there's another thing that happened with the like gender definition and thing, but like it's a female body is a female body machine, and a male body is a male body machine. They're different. Like men go by the sun, and we have this modern culture that like high achievements, and you have to be like that and do it, and especially when women have had a professional life and like dedicated to a career and built a career. By the age of 45, they're like in the height of their career, and this is what modern society teaches us that we should do. But the thing is that our female machine works completely different than the male machine. And the male machine is ready to get up in the morning and go to bed at night every day, and do it every day. We are not. We have a long life cycle, which is since we were born until we die of age. Like winter comes at the end of life. And we have this phase in life where we have a cycle going on monthly, like all this winter and spring and summer and autumn and over and over again. And this is our mastery. This is our thing as a woman. This is why I'm so passionate about this. Sorry if it comes like, oh, she's against amazing. I'm not. I'm not. Absolutely not. But like I'm very passionate of. Sorry?
I think you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not against amazing. Any type of
No, no,
amazing.
oh, no, sorry. No, no, no. Sorry. I thought you said I'm not amazing. I think you are amazing.
Yeah, sure, we are. But I'm so passionate about this because women, we should like recognize who we are in a female incarnation. We are the bridge connecting heaven and earth. I mean, men as well, humans are, but like we connect it in such a way that it's woven all around us. Our relationships, our families, our cities, I mean, wherever we are, if you truly are there, we're shining. Like you've created a beautiful network of students and yoga and all the things that you do. It's amazing, and we need to start caring for yourself. This is what I want to say. Sorry, comes like as a declaration of something. But it's
No,
like it's super
something
important.
that fascinates me about you, And that's kind of the reason we end up here. It was the time you were talking about, well, that for you it's really normal every month when you suddenly are ovulating. You suddenly seriously take 2 days a month of inward feeling and connecting with yourself. And I've never done that. Like, this is something that now I wish. And actually, after us having that conversation, I'm trying to do that with my daughter. So when you're menstruated, darling, it's not the time for going to the gym and pushing it too much. Let's chill. Let's observe. Let's see what's happening to you. I think, I don't know if in your culture this is normal. I wasn't brought up like that.
Yeah, it's a modern thing to actually be quite against that. I was speaking to the woman that sells, groceries in the market here in town. She's an aged woman from the Andes Mountains, and we suddenly start speaking about herbs and how herbs can help us through our cycles. And she has all this knowledge from her grandmother and etc. But she says, my daughter won't listen to anything about what I'm saying. And I'm like, why? And it's because all this brainwashing from modern culture, which is like, and also traditional knowledge has been like kind of lost, or it's quite entangled because you get to the myths, right? Like, you can't have a shower if you are menstruating. Myth. Of course you can shower. But the thing is, in the old times, they didn't have hot showers. So when you're menstruating, you are on a colder disposition. This is Ayurvedic medicine, Taoist medicine, because you're open there and you're bleeding. This is cold energy. So of course you wouldn't shower if you're showering with cold water, because then we would freeze in an energy level, right? So I explained this to this woman, and she goes, I will tell my daughter, because it's making the links, right? Okay, we have a hot shower. She can have her hot shower, but it's really important that she keeps warm when she's menstruating, because it's a cold phase of the month. And bits and pieces like this, it's super important to just share. Like, I love it that you're sharing with your daughter and everything. And yeah, and so when I hear women saying, I have never had the time to have one day for myself, this is something I can't bear. And this is what also motivates me to share all of this, because you need to have it. Like, no one will give it to you if you don't.
Darling, you're amazing.
I know.
Right, what are we going to do with this? Let's tell them. Because the
Yeah,
plan, what is the plan? The plan is we're going to meet. All the communication is going to go through Telegram, and we're doing Telegram because I like Telegram. I think Telegram is a great app because everything we share stays and it's very easy to find.
great.
But we're going to create a program.
We're creating it already.
We're creating a program.
Yeah,
A program with tools. For me, I'm very practical. I like things that work. So that's what we're doing.
yeah.
I've got lots of tools. You have lots of wisdom.
I know this. It's starting in February, and we will have time for sharing more of this knowledge with you. This has been our first video of this kind. I deeply wish you have connected to this. You who are hearing this video now, and if you find it useful, or you're like feeling, yeah, there's something in what this crazy woman is saying that resonates, then please join our Telegram link. We will be sharing more of these videos, and also the invitation to be with us in a 6-week program where you will have the opportunity to share with more women about what's going on in this phase in your life, which is so important, right? To have a tribe, to have a place to share what's really happening. not just flush it or put it under the rug. And because it has a use, it's happening for a reason, right?
No, honestly, I think together, I really feel that it's time to connect. It's a time in the world and it's a time in the earth that human beings, we need to be together because together we are strong. And enough of suffering alone. Because if you are having whatever situation you're having and you chat to someone about it, it's half. It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
The moment you talk to someone, I do that in my classes all the time. I always say, right, if you're here, let's be here. Let's give the best of us to all of us. And that's
I
what
love
what we are, because everybody is important. We are all so important. And the area, the fact that we are here together change the energy and change how we feel. So I want to have a platform where we can support each other and help each other and create more of those chats where people have a voice. And suddenly what you think is weird is not weird. You know, it's
this is
just
amazing about you. The way you tend to people and what you just said, how people focus on what is actually happening to them. This is very important. Um, and we'll have lots of this in our Telegram chat and in our groups in this program, which is aimed at you as a woman to connect to yourself, to your cycle, to your moment in life, to your transition, and to do it your way. Taking in all the tools you want to take in and saying no to all the tools you don't want to take in your own unique way. And of course, we will have the yoga, right?
oh, you have to, because for me, I need movement. Movement is healing.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. So thank you,
Thank
Esmeralda.
you. Gracias.
And thanks to everyone that has been watching this video, this transmission. Do you want to say anything else to people? No?
No, I'm looking forward. Actually,
Yeah.
reach out, ask questions, because the questions that people have will be the next chat. Let's solve issues. What problems are people having? What do they want? What do they want to know? And then we can discuss that next time.
Really,
But
really important. If you are watching this, you have things that's happening, you have questions, please make the questions either in the comments in the video or in the Telegram chat or privately, either to Esmeralda or you can email me or message me as well. But reach out, as you said. We've just tapped into the tiny piece in the iceberg right now. Is we're starting to open this. This is big. It's coming for you and for us as women, and we're just starting. So keep in touch, and yeah, let's be in touch.
thank you, everybody.
Big hug to everyone, and hopefully see you in soon, and see you in the Telegram channel. I will post a link to our Telegram channel here in the section, the YouTube section. Okay.
Bye bye.